the Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills. I welcome you to an evening of settling down, going within, and being still. So welcome to everyone here in person and online this evening. Here at Granada Hills, we start by lighting the flames of faith, a call to service. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people and all faiths, all sentient beings, come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practice of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light the 10th candle for those who are as yet unaware of spirit in their lives, and for the space we are holding for them here at the center. And as Reverend Kathy lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
So grateful, I'm one with the spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful, I trust in God. I surrender, I surrender. I'm one with the spirit all around me. I surrender, I surrender. I trust in God.
So as I speak in the first person for everyone here and watching online, I recognize this spirit, this life, which is God's life, that life of pure love, peace, and harmony. And I am one with God, one with its peace, love, and harmony. As I make this declaration that this evening, this meditation is a perfect and complete idea in the mind of God, that I am just filled with peace, love, and harmony. And as I allow this meditation to just reveal whatever needs to be revealed right here and right now. And so I do give thanks. I give grateful, glorious thanks for this wonderful evening, for Vinu doing the meditation, and for everyone here, and for this peace, love, and harmony that I am embodying and experiencing right now. So I release my word to the law. It is done, it is so, and together we say, and so it is. Good evening. I'm Kathy Lyons, one of the staff ministers here at the Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills. Welcome to all who are here and who are watching online. I'm just going to do a few announcements and then we can get to the meditation. Practitioners are available on Sundays after the service in our prayer treatment room in the lobby. Or if you want to find a practitioner online, go to cslgh.org. Our weekly newsletter drops every Wednesday afternoon from a secured site. We want to invite you to stay connected with everything happening in our church community. If you haven't yet, subscribe to our mailing list by emailing admin@cslgh.org. The new Sangha 6-week session is starting. It started today, Wednesday, June 10th. It's facilitated by practitioner Catherine Hack, and Pema Chodron's book, Start Where You Are, is the featured reading. Class is $90. There is still a seat for you. Sign up in Sparks Hall or email at admin@cslgh.org. Next Wednesday, June 17th, we will hold a special evening commemorating the historic Freedom Day, Juneteenth. Celebrate with us through prayer, poetry, reflection, and song. Another thing I'd like to remind people that we have this little book case right next to our front door outside, and it's empty. So if you have any books you've read and want to pass on, you can bring it here to release to somebody else's enjoyment. And now I will introduce Vinu, our facilitator for this evening.
Thank you so much, Reverend Kathy. My name is Vinu Oleg, and I'm a practitioner here at the center. And yes, it's a free little library out front, and it's a wonderful part of the community. They're all over. You can find if you go online and look up free little libraries, you can actually find ones right next to your home. And not only can you bring books here, but when it's usually pretty full, you're welcome to take books as well. And you don't have to bring them back here. You can just pass them on. So it's just a law of circulation. It just keeps giving and giving. So, welcome again to all of those here this evening. And whether this finds you in this moment or later on as the recording, it is a divine appointment that we have with each other. So as Reverend Kathy mentioned, Sangha starting off with the Pema Chodron book. They started this morning. And I actually, I'm going to share something from Pema as well. For those who are not familiar with her, she is an 89-year-old American-born Tibetan monk who, when you look at her, she just exudes the youth, joyfulness, and wisdom of pure essence. I was going to say a pure child, but a pure child with the remembrance of the wisdom they came into this world with. She's still really active. She has written dozens of books. She was interviewed recently by Ezra Klein, and what I love about her is that she brings meditation into a practical space for us all. So it's really accessible. You know, I feel like a lot of people are intimidated by this idea of meditation, especially silent meditation. People think, either I don't know how to do it, or my thoughts get in the way of meditating. For years I said, I'm doing it wrong, or it's not good enough. But here's the thing, the fact that we are here, right now, is the most important part of it. Because we know that this is a gift for ourselves. This act of going within, this act of connecting with that still small voice, that's a gift for us. And as we take in that gift and move into the world, that becomes a gift for those around us. So I'd like to read you a few lines from Pema's book, Taking the Leap. It's called Learning to Stay. The primary focus of this path of choosing wisely is learning to stay present. Pausing very briefly frequently throughout the day is an almost effortless way to do this. For just a few seconds, we can be right here. Meditation is another way to train in learning to stay, or as one student put it more accurately, learning to come back, to return to being present over and over again. The truth is, anyone who's ever tried meditation learns really quickly that we are almost never fully present. I remember when I was first given meditation instruction, it sounds so simple. Just sit down, get comfortable, and bring light awareness to your breath. When your mind wanders, gently come back and stay present with your breath. I thought, this will be easy. Then someone hit a gong to begin, and I tried it. What I found was that I wasn't present with a single breath until they hit the gong again to end the session. I had spent the whole time lost in thought. I really love this paragraph and also wanted to share it because I don't want anyone leaving here today to think I failed at meditating because I was thinking the whole time. That is not, there are different trains of thought around meditation. A lot of people have rules and regulations around it, but that's not what it's for. It's for us to come back to our own true self, for us to come back to our physical, mental, spiritual space. She continues, back then I believed this was because of some failing of mine, and that if I stuck with meditation, soon I'd be perfect at it, attending to each and every breath. Maybe occasionally I'd be distracted by something, but mostly I would just stay present. Now it's about 30 years later. Sometimes my mind is busy, sometimes it's still. Sometimes the energy is agitated, sometimes calm. All kinds of things happen when we meditate. Everything from thoughts to shortness of breath to visual images. From physical discomfort to mental distress to peak experiences. All of that happens, and the basic attitude is, no big deal. The key point is that through it all, we train in being open and receptive to whatever arises. That's another one of Pema's really lovely catchphrases, no big deal. We make things into such big deals. Everything feels like such a big deal, right? We put this heaviness, this weight on our experiences when we could choose to just let it be. I was about to say let it go, but sometimes it's hard to let it go. So I may not be able to let it go, but I can let it be as it is. I can allow. Well, another one of her, I clearly am a fan, another one of her things that I love, she always says, for those uncomfortable feelings, for those discomfort, invite it in. She goes as far as says, bake it a cake and sit down with it. So it's welcoming any discomfort. And you may not. You may tonight just be in complete bliss and not have a thought in the world, and that's beautiful too. So let's get ready to go within. Just check in with your body. Notice any tension. Start from the top, from your head. Bring your presence down to your neck, your shoulders. Maybe raise your shoulders up to your ears and release them. If there's any pains in your knees or back or feet, send it some extra love before we go within. Just notice. Just notice how your body feels in this seat. Notice how your feet feel planted on the floor. Remember, you are grounded. Grounded into this space. Grounded into the core of this earth. Grounded into that universal being that is mind. And let's take a nice deep inhale together. And release. We'll do two more. Let's inhale. And release. One final breath together. Inhale. And release. And for the rest of the time, let your breath be what it is. Place your hands however they feel comfortable, either open, palms, on your lap, folded if that feels better. And just allow yourself to be here now. If it feels comfortable, close your eyes. Or you can do a slight downward gaze. And we enter this space of silence. When the time comes, I will bring us back into this space. gently start bringing yourself back into your physical body, into that awareness of this space. Maybe put your hands on your heart, just knowing that this gathering today was a perfect and divine co-creation. That this meditation, this time for stillness, fills our hearts with deep gratitude as we leave here, minds expanded, hearts wide open. We leave here feeling a deeper connection to ourselves, to one another, to the greater community. Knowing that peace in the world begins with peace within each one of us. We gather in this deep gratitude and release to the law, as together we affirm by saying, and so it is. Thank you, everyone. Just a reminder that we have 2 services here on Sunday, one at 9 a.m., one at 10:30 a.m. And next Wednesday, join us for Juneteenth. Next Wednesday is a beautiful celebration of poetry, of words, of sharing. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Good night. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Good night.